Hey guys, welcome back to Rusty Autoholic Garage. So today we are putting in the motor mounts. They're welded poorly. I'm not a welder. But they are painted now, front and back. I said I was going to do that in my last video. So I'm going to install these on the V2403, cinch them down, and then the motor will finally be done. And I am hoping I do not have to pull the V2403 back out of the Wrangler anymore for this iteration of the project, because I am sure as time goes by I'm going to be doing other things to this Wrangler. But anyway, want to get these installed, get that in, then I need to install these, which I completely forgot to do the other night. These are the flex plate to torque converter bolts. Completely forgot to do that the other night, so I'm going to do that next, and then I'm going to start working on making the transmission cross member for the AW4, so hopefully I can get the jack out from having to hold up the AW4. So anyway, I'm gonna get time lapse started and I'm gonna get to work. Hey guys, so I think I'm going to call it quits. It's dark outside. It has been an extremely long day. The motor mounts are installed, bolted. The V2403 is hopefully not leaving that engine bay anytime soon. The flex plate bolts to torque converter were also installed. That ended up, it's not going to look like a long time on time lapse. But that ended up taking me way longer than expected. Admittedly, at one point I was having such a hard time trying to figure out why it wasn't lining up that I stopped time lapse, and basically what happened on the flex plate, there's a series of 3 holes, and I thought for sure it was the center hole. And when I went to rotate the engine to line up the other holes, they weren't there. So I spent way too long doing that. I should have just done a one of the other 3 holes, honestly, because it ended up like being one of the holes off to the left, which you just saw in this video. But anyway, started cutting out the pieces for the transmission mount, the bar and everything that we're going to put on the frame. I have the big bar one right here, so this fits. This actually came out really well. The biggest problem I'm running into with my plasma cutting table is I do not have the correct nozzle to cut the 3/16. I really need a 0.9 nozzle, and I have a 0.6 nozzle. But it cuts it, it works. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, but it's my Jeep and I don't need it to be pretty. I need it to be functional, and it is. But anyway, so I'll be tackling the rest of the transmission crossmember. Tomorrow's Mother's Day, so I'm not going to do it tomorrow. I'm going to spend the day with my mother and my mother-in-law. So happy Mother's Day to y'all. But yeah, I'll probably resume working on this Monday or Tuesday. So on the plus side today, as you saw in the previous video, I did my brother's Ford Escape. The nice thing about having to do that was it forced me to clean the shop. So I have way more space, put stuff away, put tools away, and everything is in a much better condition right now. But anyway, hey guys, so quick little intermission. I've decided to combine 2 episodes instead of having 2 split episodes. The last time I was working on the Crossmember for the AW4 was about 3 weeks ago. I've had a lot happen since the beginning of May to the end of Memorial Day weekend. Went out of town, had a lot of stuff to do with my kids for end of school stuff, and I just haven't had the time that I wanted to work on Project Felicity. So anyway, tonight I'm really hoping to wrap up the transmission crossmember. I want to get the plates cut, I want to get the bar cut, and by the end of this evening, it might not be painted, but I would like the AW4 being held onto the frame without a transmission jack. It turns out my jack has a slow leak, and about every other day I have to come out here and re-jack up the AW4. So anyway, I'm going to set up time lapse. I'm going to go underneath the TJ Wrangler and try to figure out where I left off 3 weeks ago. Okay guys, so that's as far as I got on the transmission crossmember. I'm getting better with the plasma cutter. I'm now cutting consistently. The cuts still are not perfect. I really need a different nozzle. I have a 0.55 nozzle and I really need like a 0.8 or a 0.9 to cut this thicker steel. But I'm getting consistent cuts and I'm not wasting material anymore. So I'm actually really happy about that. The last thing you saw me do, I tack welded 2 points on the one side. The reason I did not tack weld this side is I still have to cut out 2 pieces that are going to go in the center of the bar that are going to then hold the bushing. And the DXF file I have from my buddy Ronnie, he's the one that actually came up with this whole design, and it's a wonderful design. But for some reason, I can't get the DXF to open correctly in Fusion 360. So I was able to tack weld one side. I'm gonna get with Ronnie sometime tomorrow, get him to give me a another DXF so I can print out the 2 tabs, make sure they slide onto the bar, they're gonna reach where I need them to reach on the transmission mount. And once I know those will reach and everything looks good, I can tack weld those in place. I can grind the pipe down a little bit. It's a much tighter fit in here. It's hard to show you, but the nozzle's almost cutting at a slight angle, so this side is wider than this side, and actually you can see a bit of debris right there. But overall, we're making really good progress. I'm hoping in the next few days, I'm picking up my kids this weekend, so maybe Sunday, I can get this transmission crossmember completed and finally move on to something else. I know I'm horribly behind on this project. Truthfully, if I had not gone with the doubler setup, I would have been a lot further along, but we're making progress. I'm learning my plasma cutter, and I'm learning a lot about design and whatnot. A lot of this is brand new to me. So anyway, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. If you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing to my channel. And if you have, as always, thank you so much. It means the world to me. And I'll see you in the next video. Good night.